There's a lot of interesting and strange things here. I gotta go check out that guy. Rick Crosslin here at the Great American Total Solar Eclipse in Carbondale, Illinois, in the path of totality. And I caught up with my friend Globy here. Now, Globy can do several things. It's pretty amazing. One, just like the Earth, he rotates. That's called day-night, day-night. The other thing that he can do is revolve, but we won't have you revolve right now. Globy's actually one of our students from Wayne Township, JC, and he's from Mrs. Bartlett's classroom at Maplewood. So, are you still in there, Globy?
Yes.
Miss Bartow, you'd be impressed how well he's done. He's rotating. Now, on all these models, most of the time the things you see in a book or on a television or in a poster, the scale is completely wrong. The scale is either the sun is too small or the planets are too close. So Globy's head is about 16 inches. If we use that scale of 16 inches, the moon would be 1/4 the size. Now, that's very important because of all the planets we have in our solar system and all of the moons, over 100 moons, there's not any moon that is as large as our relationship between our moon and the sun. 1/4, that makes this a huge moon. And because it's so large and it's just right, not too far away, not too close, we call that the Goldilocks zone. So this moon can actually make a total solar eclipse. Now, not only is the moon in the Goldilocks zone, so is the Earth. If our Earth was any closer, it would be way too hot. On Venus, it's boiling. Mercury, forget about it. And now if you go a little bit further, you're at Mars. The hottest day on Mars, like today, the hottest day on Mars is minus 40 degrees, minus 40 degrees below zero. One thing we haven't talked about is the scale of the sun, moon, and the Earth. So this is basically a 16-inch globe of the Earth. If we use that scale, that would make the moon 4 inches, 1/4 the size of the Earth. But what would be the size of the sun? At this scale, well, the sun would be too big for me to hold. In fact, the sun would be almost from here to the 50-yard line. So I can't really show you that scale, but I have another scale I can show you. What if I use a 1-inch Earth? In fact, let's make this even more interesting. A 1-inch Earth, and if we did that, the moon would be 1/4 of an inch going around it. Now, at this scale, guess what the sun would be? Well, I'm going to show you. Right behind me, it's about 6 feet in diameter. And this is the true scale for size. A 1-inch marble Earth, a 1/4 inch moon, and a 6-foot sun. As you can see, now we've moved that 6-foot sun a lot farther from us, and you can see how something like the moon can block out a sun that's 6 foot in diameter, but a lot farther away from us. Well, that was exciting. We learned a lot about scale. And I'll tell you, yesterday and today, there's a lot of events going on, festivals, music. Of course, I like the Science and Technology Expo Hall, where we had a chance to go around and see people learning about science. We learned from NASA, and there were all kinds of groups there telling us and showing us ways to learn more about this total solar eclipse. I picked up some really cool activities. I'm going to show you one right now. It has to do with a safe way to view the sun, and it's called a pinhole projector. And so this pinhole projector, here's the one that NASA had, and it's kind of cool. It's just a fan, a piece of cardboard. On the back, it shows some really neat alignment of a total solar eclipse. And you see, if you can see it right here, is a small little hole, a pinhole projector. So you want to project onto a white surface. And so here's the hole. Can you see the hole right there on the paper plate? Now, if I bring this in, I can actually sharpen that focus. And so the sun is to my back. We made a small hole, and you can see the round disk of the sun. Later today, when the eclipse happens, when the moon is going to block it, you'll see that same blockage right there. So if you don't have a fancy NASA one and you can't find a NASA one, make yourself one out of a paper plate. That's kind of cool. Easy, a paper plate and a pen. Inside your eye is a lens, and that lens is just like a lens you might see right here. There's a magnifying lens. It makes things small look larger. Your eye has that. You have a built-in one. And so you have a built-in one where things get larger. So when you look at something, you see things much larger if you look at the middle of your eye. We can actually do this. Take two fingers and place them like a little T right there. You see a little triangle? Try this right now at home or in your classroom. Now, put that straight to your eye. If you do that straight to your eye, it will force you to look through the thick part of that lens, and it will magnify. Now, you might have to get close to your desk or close to a piece of paper, but it will get big. Unfortunately, when you look at the sun, the same thing happens. So we're going to try something that I don't want you to do with your eyeball. I'm going to use this lens instead. And we have our eyeball right here, and it's pretty bright today, so you can see that there's my eyeball, and let's open it up. And I'm going to focus. Oh, here we go. And you can see and you see the smoke already. We got smoke coming. It's burning holes, and this is what's going to happen to your eye. And we don't want that to happen at all. This is what's going to happen to your eye if you look at the sun without any solar goggles, or if you use a pinhole projector. Some of the kids at Maplewood did, and it has to do with some art projects that the teacher did there at Maplewood Elementary. This is kind of cool. Maybe you might want to make this and have one that is Bailey's beads, or maybe the diamond ring, or the corona. A lot of cool stuff. The best way to learn science is to do science. We'll see you in a little bit.
Hi, I'm Miss Snyder. I teach 5th grade at Westlake Elementary in Wayne Township, and there's a lot for us to learn about the Great American Eclipse of 2017.
Did you know? The Earth rotates on the axis. Day, night, day, night, day, night. What about the moon? It rotates too. But that's not all. The Earth also revolves around the sun. Happy New Year. Happy New Year. Happy. What about the moon? Well, it revolves around the Earth.
That was a lot of information.
Now you know! About rotation.